It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And here we go from New Orleans. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back-to-back carries here. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Stopped by Cedric Gray. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
3rd down. Here's Williams. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Titans will get set to take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they had that one contained right at the line. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
You know, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Pass play coming here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. Here comes the Titans punting unit. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Breaks the tackle, still going. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Called that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Saints will get set to take over. First down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Completes this one to Hill. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now after the play, looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the third and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He's going to keep this one. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the first down.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. This time he's looking to throw. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season. And they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. Out of the pistol, Williams. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Williams from the gun. Means on the catch. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Is across the line for the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. He'll begin his return from the 11. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. It's caught, Ferguson. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Robinson on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And it's a fake. They only need a couple of inches. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Now after the play, it looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw by Williams. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stopped by Cedric Gray.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. To throw is Williams. That's caught for the 1st. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 9th. We're back for the start of the second. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Williams on the play action. Buying some time right. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Well, that throw just got away from the quarterback a little bit. I'll tell you this. I do love the escapability. I mean, it is such a key in today's game of football, really at any level. Some tough circumstances, though, to try and complete that one down the field.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Williams will look to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Titans will take over as he records his first interception of our season. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Off the mark there, incomplete pass.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Back to throw now. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action here. Ferguson's got it. Complete. It's a pickup of 11. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll throw it. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Setting up a throw. Brought in by Ayuk. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 now from the 30. On the give, here's Robinson. Still has room inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Flushed out of the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it'll be 3rd and goal.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Here's a throw. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Tennessee touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
First and 10 from the 41. Here's Williams. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
In a good spot here, second and inches. Blown back, gets the handoff. It's a gain of 4. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints trying to make some noise before halftime. And they've got themselves another first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. This one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Throwing again on second, Williams. Short pass brought in. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They have themselves another first and 10. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3 now. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 3rd and just 2 to go. Williams from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn, ready for the field goal try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Eberle's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 41. That finds Ayuk, complete. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans take the lead just before halftime. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Mevis with a point after. And the Titans take a 4-point lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A final throw before the break. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Kickoff taken at the 13. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's got it over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Begins his return at the 16. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll run it from the gun. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 38. Gets this one to Andrews. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down, Williams. Got his target. It's Hill. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. To throw, Williams. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
They're set up at the 35 now. Williams on the play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
On first down, they'll run. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now here's Williams. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Ernest Jones with the pick. The 50. He's at the 30. The 10. And he makes the house goal. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. After the pick, here's Williams. It's his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. But that's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing.
From the 37. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Brought in along the sideline. Just needed official ruling, and they said catch. Great play. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Here's 2nd and 2. Complete out to the right side. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
We've reached the end of 3 in our week 1. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Andrews with the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. The throw is caught. And there's a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Williams from the gun. Dumped off to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Complete on the option. Touchdown, New Orleans. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
So here are the Saints facing a consequential 2-point attempt. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Escapes the pocket. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Stays upright. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Second and 3 now. From the 43. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. So now they have 3rd and short.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Calm, cool, collected. from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Staying with Robinson. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 3 now. Looking for a throw here. We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Pass play on 1st and 10. Brought in right side. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Running left is Robinson. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. Hits the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Williams. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Williams. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Offense in the hurry up here. Williams to throw on first. Trying to push it deep downfield. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints down by 12. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To throw is Williams. Forced out to his right. Taken in by Hill, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. No timeouts and down 2 scores. They've got to find points quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Williams on the play action. Rolling out to his left. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Titans will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win on the road for the Titans. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.